Great. Welcome, everyone, to the Town of Greater Napanee Committee of Adjustment for the 24th day of March 2026. We'll call the meeting to order and we'll look for a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Moved by Councillor Hicks, second by Councillor Davey. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion is carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none, and we'll look for a motion for the adoption of the minutes of the Committee of Adjustment for the 10th of March 2026 to be adopted as presented. Moved by Councillor Martin, second by Councillor Hicks. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion is carried. Land severance applications, file number PLLA 2026-010, 320 Bridge Street West, roll number 1121060-010-2060-20604. Owner is the Evangel Temple and the applicant is the Evangel Temple Board. And just before we get started, is there anyone in the body of the council chambers that wishes to speak for or against the application? And I know that we have a couple people here to listen. Folks, if you want to speak for or against this application, once we've heard the application, we'll give you an opportunity. And if not, you're more than welcome to stick around and listen to the presentation. So thank you for coming this evening. Mr. Nanton, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, through you to the committee. So I'll just provide a very brief presentation for the application for 320 Bridge Street West. To begin with the site context, so the slide shows the property outlined in red. The lands are approximately 4.5 hectares in area on the south side of Bridge Street. The area immediately to the east along Bridge Street is characterized by institutional uses, being the County General Hospital as well as the Thomas Street Clinic. And then expanding outside of those uses are residential subdivisions. The site is zoned community facility and designated medium density residential. Moving to the intent of the application, the application seeks to sever 5,900 square meters of the property at the southeast corner, shown in red on the slide, and give it to the abutting lot to the east, that being the clinic. The lands are not really usable for the institutional use of the retained lands, so the application is pragmatic in functionality. No non-compliance is going to result through the application as well. No comments of concern were received for the application, and the County and Conservation Authority had no objection to the lot addition. The Conservation Authority did advise for future use once the lot addition takes place, provided it is approved, just adhering to some environmental setbacks. Our recommendation is the application is consistent with the PPS and has appropriate regard for the Planning Act and conforms to the official plan policies. We support recommendation of approval subject to conditions, and I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Nanton. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns with respect to Dave's report or the presentation he's given us here this evening? Seeing none, folks, did you wish to mention anything here this evening to speak for or against this application?
No, I was just wondering where they were expanding by game, so it looks like it's part of this they had severed up there.
Yeah. Perfect. Appreciate that. Thank you. If there's nothing else, we do have a recommendation the committee receive for information the staff report for application PLLA 2026-010 and further that the application to permit a lot addition of 5,908 square meters to the Lennox Nannington Healthcare property at 310 Bridge Street West be approved subject to a number of conditions that are contained within this evening's agenda. Go ahead, Deputy Mayor Keller. Ma'am? Are you good with what you heard this evening? Did you have any questions? Are you good with what you heard this evening, or did you have any questions? Thank you. Thank you. Look for a motion. Moved by Councillor Shank, seconded by Councillor Davey. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Minor variance application, file number PLVAR 2026-006, 6448 County Road 9, roll number 112113000129000. Owner is T. Cook and T. Myers, and the applicant is G. VanGrunsven. Is there anyone here to speak for or against that application? Seeing none, Mr. Nanton, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you. To begin with the site context, the property here is shown and outlined in red. And it's approximately 32 hectares in area, located along County Road 9 on the north side and is zoned prime agricultural. May recognize this property as the intent of the applications to clear a condition of consent that was related to a lot addition application 2025-061, which was granted provisional approval in December. That provisional approval granted the severance of 7 hectares, kind of on the north side of the property, to the abutting property further north, situated on Hamley Road. The lot was already non-complying in terms of lot area. It was 32 hectares where the minimum is 40. This application brought it down to 25, the lot addition that is to 25 hectares. So this non-compliance, further non-compliance needed to be addressed through the minor variance. So that's the intent of this application, is to address that. This slide just serves to identify that the minimum requirement is 40 hectares for a non-residential use in the prime agricultural zone. And this application seeks to permit a minimum lot area of 25 hectares. The CRCA and the county both had no objections to the application. There were no public comments of concern received, and staff believe that the application is appropriate and, as previously reviewed through the lot addition application, represents good land use planning. We recommend approval of the minor variance as it meets the 4 tests, and I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Mr. Natton. Is there any questions or comments from council with respect to the application and reports in front of us this evening? Seeing none, we do have a recommendation the committee receive for information the staff report application PLVAR 2026-006, and further that the application for 6448 County Road 9 requesting the following variance be approved. Bylaw number 02-22, requirement section 5.4.3, sub A, minimum lot area of 40 hectares for a non-residential use in the PA prime agricultural zone. And relief requested is to permit a minimum lot area of 25 hectares for an agricultural property. Moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, seconded by Councillor Norrie. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? The motion is carried. Next matter is file number PLVAR 2026-009, 699 Bayshore Road, roll number 1121-140-010-03850. Owner is Sharon and Simon Avery, and the applicant is Sharon Avery. And once again, if there's anyone in the body of the council chambers that wishes to speak for this or against this application, just put your hand up and we'll give you an opportunity. So, Mr. Natton, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you. So this application will be for 699 Bayshore Road, and the minor variance application submitted. Begin with the site context. The subject lands are approximately 10 hectares in area on the north side of Bayshore Road. Surrounding area is characterized by shoreline residential uses, rural and open field agricultural uses. Site is zoned rural and environmental protection, and is designated rural and shoreline residential through the OP. The intent of the application is the residents are seeking to permit a swimming pool to be located in front of the dwelling of the house. Our zoning bylaw doesn't consider this use, so the relief requested is to permit a swimming pool approximately 6 meters in front of the existing residence. The next 2 slides just show to kind of delineate where the pool's approximately to go. So this is a hand sketch that just delineates the house in the center, the septic bed, and then on the eastern side is the approximate location of the pool. This annotated slide just demonstrates that if you go further north of the existing house, it's a fairly treed area in between the house and the open field agricultural uses further north. It doesn't make a ton of sense to try and rip out a bunch of trees to try and put in this pool, and the pool is going to be offset from the road a significant distance that it shouldn't create a public health and safety concern or visual impact in the area. No comments of concern were received by the public for the application. Some residents did inquire about the nature of the application just because they received letters in mail and weren't really sure. The County Conservation Authority had no objection to the application. Our recommendation was the review. The variance maintains the intent of the official plan and the zoning bylaw and is deemed appropriate for the lands in question and is minor in nature. The application meets the 4 tests of minor variance, and we recommend approval. I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Natton. Is there any questions, comments? So with respect to the presentation of the applications in front of us this evening? Seeing none, We do have a recommendation the committee receive for information the staff report for application PLVAR 2026-009, and further that the application for 699 Bayshore Road requesting the following variance be approved. Bylaw number 02-22, requirement section 4.39, sub B, a swimming pool is not located closer to the front lot line than the dwelling house. Relief requested is to permit the location of the swimming pool approximately 6 meters in front of the existing residence. Moved by Councillor Shank, second by Councillor Davey. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed, motion is carried, and motion to adjourn the Committee of Adjustment. Moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, second by Councillor Martin. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed, motion is carried. Thanks, folks, and we'll see you for our regular session of council at 7 o'clock.